Welcome to Mtoto News Insight. I'm Peter Midwa. On to our top stories. With only 14 days to the general elections, children are pessimistic about it. A recent survey by Teen Roof Foundation on election, which sampled 196 children, indicated that 25% of children are excited about the elections, 21% are scared about it, and 38% are worried, while 16% are not worried at all. On the other hand, 62% of children believe the elections will not be peaceful, while 38% believe it will be peaceful. This statistic is very worrying for the small people. Children believe that people have the power to change the country with their votes. 62% believe in the power of the voter, 13% just a little, 14% believe people have some powers, and 10% of children believe voters have no power to change the country. The small leaders believe that with the general elections, change is inevitable. 20% believe peace will prevail, 13% believe tribalism will go down, 13% believe food security will increase, that education will increase by 20%, and many more. A pupil from St. Augustine Preparatory School in Mombasa was crushed to death by a school bus he was riding in last week. The 6-year-old boy was run over by the back wheels of the bus when he fell down through an opening in the bus. This accident occurred a day after President Uhuru Kenyatta signed a bill that will promote road safety near schools and promote child safety in school buses. The Traffic Amendment Act of 2017 states, an institution or a person shall not designate or use a vehicle for transporting children to and from school or non-school related activity unless it meets the prescribed standards. School buses are expected to be fitted with safety belts designed to suit children, and the standards would ensure unroadworthy vehicles are not used for school transport. The speed limit for all vehicles approaching schools at 50 kilometers per hour. School buses will be barred from operating between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. and will be painted yellow. Any person who will contravene the amendments will be committing an offense and will be liable to a fine not exceeding 20,000 shillings or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 months or both. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child mandates that all member states should take all measures to ensure children enjoy their rights and are protected from all forms of harm. However, over 3 million children are not able to enjoy some of these rights as a result of road safety. United Nations Children Emergency Fund, or UNICEF, has identified road safety as a child protection concern, with an estimate of 500 children being killed on the roads daily while leaving thousands with life-altering injuries and without caregivers. On child marriages. Every day, more than 41,000 girls marry before the age of 18, which will cost developing countries trillions of dollars by 2030. It affects the health and rights of adolescent girls, and slavery impedes global development and efforts to eradicate poverty. The economic impact of child marriage is a collaborative effort by the International Center for Research on Women and the World Bank. The international community is increasingly aware of the negative impacts of child marriage. Ending this problem is now a part of the Sustainable Development Goals. However, the investments to end child marriage across the globe are limited. The study demonstrated that the negative impacts of the practice and their associated economic costs. It also focuses on key areas of impact, which include fertility and population growth, health and nutrition, educational attainment and learning, among others. This shows that the costs of child marriage are very high, and therefore investing to end child marriage is not only the right thing to do, but also makes sense economically for the future of the girl child. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta signed the Basic Education Amendment Act, which amends the Basic Education Act. Section 39 of the Principal Act was amended to include the provision of free, sufficient and quality sanitary towels for every girl child who has reached puberty and is enrolled in a public basic education institution, and to provide environmentally safe mechanisms for the disposal of these sanitary towels. Section 88 of the Parent Act was also amended to include having conditional capitation funds to facilitate the acquisition of sufficient and quality sanitary towels to every girl child. Education being an important subject in the Kenyan society, this is a very bold move by the government in promoting the education of the girl child and ensuring that they stay in school. This supports the initiatives of organizations like the Inua Dada Foundation, which is devoted to keep the girl child in school by providing quality sanitary towels. These amendments also contribute to improving the health of the child, of the girl child, by ensuring that the sanitary towels are properly disposed. That is all for today. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Mtoto News. I am Peter. Have a good day.